communities, to our shops, to our work, without having to race across the road in fear of our lives. So let's stop the pedestrian crossings removal programme.
Thank you very much, Liana. Thank you indeed. Next up, saying a few words. Sorry, Caroline, you have to come round because my bike's in the way. Note to self, get a kickstand. I'd like to introduce you to Caroline Russell. Caroline's a local resident and a member of Living Streets and Green Party candidate, and has been prolific, I think it's fair to say, in pushing the agenda when it comes to safe space and safe roads and road danger reduction. So I'd like to introduce you to Caroline from Living Streets.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, I'm Caroline Russell. I campaign on behalf of people on foot with Living Streets, who are the national organisation who speak out on behalf of pedestrians. During the 20th century, we saw London streets being taken over increasingly by vehicles, so that the 1960s and 70s vision of motorways tearing through the heart of our cities became entirely unchallenged, to the point at which it now appears reasonable to Transport for London to deny measures to improve safety at junctions on the grounds that it might cause vehicle delay. What price patience? And what price delay? And the reason that there are so many of us gathered here tonight is that we all feel that that price is just too high. But this goes beyond party politics. It's about common decency. We have to have a fundamental shift in the way that we run our streets and the way that we design them. And this means working together, whether we walk, whether we cycle, and whether we drive. We've got to work together, and we've got to work with TfL. If we're going to achieve any kind of change, they have to be involved. So my thoughts this evening are with the families and the friends of everyone who has lost family members on London's roads this year, whether they were walking, cycling or driving. And in particular with the families of the 16 cyclists and the more than 60 pedestrians who had lost their lives by October, and I'm afraid I don't have any more recent figures, so it will be more than 60 people. But in particular, my thoughts are with a friend of mine, whose father, Leslie Michelson, was killed here at King's Cross 14 years ago, knocked off his bike by a skip lorry at the same place where Lee lost her life just recently. This is just completely unacceptable.